The biggest thing that I feel like God has been teaching me is how He looks out for me in the small ways. I've always paid attention to the big things that God does, but in the past few days, just really shown me lots of little things that have come up that have made me more comfortable and feel like I get to actually be useful and enjoy it. And so a lot of those are often very, very small things. And so taking time to realize that that He does care about the small things as well.
There have been a few times when I've shared my testimony, but I've always been like cryptic and never fully like saying what I mean, and always like just hinting at a few things. But this time, in front of the whole church and the whole youth, I just was completely open and just talked about everything, and that was really great because it was finally I took that step.
I think that being here in Guatemala and just seeing all the people and stuff, you're already sort of emotional because you're like, your heart goes out to all of the poverty and all that stuff. So then when you're in a setting like that, kind of a reflection, everyone's thinking back on like their past life and stuff, and it just all got brought up. So yeah, it was definitely because of Guatemala.
In Canada, like everybody's so focused on judgment and what people are going to think of them that you forget to love others and to show Jesus' love to everyone. And here it's just like, it's just all in the air, God's love, and that like everybody just wants to show each other that they love each other.
When we give the care packages to the people, they're very happy, but not about the food. They seem more interested in the fact that we're actually giving it to them. They're more interested that we care.
It showed me how important it was to give to others and how it can change their lives, just one simple act of kindness.
Like when we're delivering food hampers, it's great and all, and I feel I'm doing something good, but when you walk into those houses with rundown things and people who are sick, I want to do more and I can't. And just seeing the vast and stark difference between Guatemala and how they live here and how we live back in Canada, it's heartbreaking.
No matter how much like poverty there is here or how little they have, they are always so happy. Like just walking into the school, they'll point at you like, oh, the gringos! And they run up to you and they hug you, and it's probably like one of the best things ever.
One thing I'm going to do differently in the next 6 months would be to have hug lines in youth group, because we don't have enough hugs up in Canada, and having hugs puts smiles on everybody's faces and always brings an up to your day.
What led me to come on this trip was just to see how other people live, because in Canada we have it really good. So I kind of wanted to see what it's like for other people who don't have it as good, to really experience the feeling and what it's like.
It's worth it just because you get to see how a completely different culture lives and how humbly they live, and everyone's so welcoming. It's an incredible experience. I think everyone should be able to experience it.